Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chris, and our goal on this channel is to help you become the best leader you can be for your dog and achieve those goals you had the day you got your dog. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 concerns a dog has in their life, and it's only 3. And it's not in any particular order, but it's really important for us to understand what they are so that way we can help guide our dogs through possibly tough situations in life and have a better understanding of how to be that leader for your dog. So let's start with the first one. The first one is actually a no-brainer, and that is, where's my next meal? The reason why we don't just gloss over the importance of feeding our dog is because if we look at a wolf pack, for example, it's the alpha that's going to be the one that actually sets the time and the tone and when it is they're going to hunt, when it is they're going to eat. Now, there's going to be times when the pack is just hanging out and they're going to be maybe in a field or in some trees and they're just lounging around, and you might see some that are off looking for mice and rodents and different things like that. But what I'm talking about is, deer and buffalo and elk and bigger things. The pack looks to the leader of when it's time to go do that. So it's important to understand that our dogs actually look to us to feed them. And sometimes dogs will take it into their own hands and they'll try to get in the garbage, they'll try to get food off the countertops and stuff. But again, if we know how to communicate properly, we can let them know what the rules are as far as what behavior is acceptable in our home. But feeding a dog is important. And if you want to learn more about how best to do that, then you can watch a video that I did on the importance of proper feeding. Now, the next concern a dog has in life is they want to know, am I safe? So these next 2 that we talk about, this is going to come down to situational. So I always talk about how dogs are in the moment animals. And so if you have a dog that is walking into a brand new environment for the first time, or they hear a new sound, or they smell a new smell, or they see something that's new, in that moment they want to know, am I safe? So if you have a dog that, say, walks into a room and they're hesitant to walk into that room, it's because there's a possibility that the boogeyman is hiding around the corner. Well, the dog's nerve structure is going to determine on what that is. And I did another video on the importance of understanding your dog's nerve structure so you could see what's going on in their brain in these moments where you're wondering why they're afraid when they shouldn't be. So in these situations, when you have a dog that is perceiving something as a threat, whether it's real or not, to them it's real. So if they're uncertain if they're safe, you may see actions like avoidance, submission, fight, or flight. And so it's important that we understand in those moments what's going on, because it's only then can we actually be that leader that our dog needs us to be in the moment to show them that they are safe. So if becoming the leader has been difficult for you, you can check out our online training program right here on Patreon. You can check the link in the description, or you can use this QR code right here. But what it gives you and teaches you is how in that moment to be able to let the dog know that they are actually safe through a method and in a way that they understand and respect. So let's go to wolves, for example. When it comes down to a situation like this of, am I safe? They're just hanging out in the sun or relaxing in the shade, and you have people that stop and now they're taking pictures. When they get out of their vehicles, the rest of the pack is looking at the alpha and then looking back at the people taking pictures and back and forth. Whereas the alpha is just looking at the people taking pictures because he's sitting there not reliant on the pack on whether or not they're safe. He's making the decision whether they're safe or not. So if he just lays there, the rest of the pack is going to hang out. But the minute those people start to get closer to try to take a closer picture, that's when the alpha may deem, hey, they're getting a little too close. Our safety is now starting to get in danger, so that he stands up and he walks away, runs away, whatever he chooses to do. And the pack is going to follow him. So he ends up answering that question, are we safe right now? Well, the minute he takes off, he's saying, no, we're not. But if he was to stay there, he's saying, yeah, we're totally fine. And they start to relax in that moment. And that's why becoming the leader to your dog is so important, is situations like that. Now, last but not least, we have what's expected of me in the moment. So sometimes dogs don't know what's expected of them. When you see them just kind of scatterbrained and they don't know quite what to do, it's because they're trying to figure it out, or they do perceive something as a threat. And now what's expected of me to stay safe? Is it avoidance, submission, fight, or flight? Everything that we're talking about here when it comes to these three things all boils down to one common core, and that is life or death. If I don't eat, I can die. If I walk into a room and I'm unsure if I'm safe, I have the possibility of dying. If I don't know what's expected of me, I could do something wrong and I could die. And all of this ties into why obedience is important. So for example, the structure in the obedience that I teach means that when we're walking along, my dog knows, or the dog knows, that the rule is they're supposed to stay on the left side. Now, if we're walking along and they see something that might be scary, what happens is they're looking at that person or that thing and looking back at me, looking at them, looking at me, but they're always coming back to me, looking, is that actually a threat? And because I know that it's not a threat and I just continue walking, the dog learns that it wasn't a threat. So we answer the question, am I safe? Also, in the structure of that walk, we're answering the question, what's expected of me? What's expected of you is to stay on my left side. You're not allowed to bark or jump on people and go say hi to people and all that. And once you do that, you're safe. So we're answering the question, what's expected of me right now? We're answering the question, am I safe? These are just examples of how using obedience can satisfy these concerns that your dog is going to have on a regular basis, because depending on your dog's life, they're always coming across something that's going to be new. Like I said, new sounds, new smells, new sights, all of that kind of stuff comes into play. So hopefully this was able to give you better insight of how your dog works and how you can come alongside your dog and be that leader that they need you to be. Because if you don't take that leadership role, by nature, they will. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I wish the best for you and your dog. Thanks again, and have a great day.